Hey there, welcome to my channel, Mickey here. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that's on the minds of many people looking to invest in real estate. What you need to know before investing in New York City. As one of the most popular and dynamic real estate markets in the world, New York City can be a great place to invest, but it's also a complex market with its own unique set of challenges and opportunities. That's why we put together this comprehensive guide to help you navigate the process of investing in real estate in the Big Apple. So, without further ado, let's jump in and explore what you need to know before investing in real estate in New York City. In this real estate investing overview, we will cover various topics specific to New York City. We'll start by providing a market overview and discuss the importance of location, property types, financing, legal considerations, due diligence, property management, and finally, exit strategies. By breaking down each topic, you will gain a deeper understanding of the unique challenges and opportunities that come with investing in New York City. As we all know, New York City is the largest metropolis in North America and one of the centers of the world. It is home to over 8 million residents and is a hub for various industries like finance, entertainment, and technology. The city attracts people from all over the world who want a slice of the Big Apple. The best thing about this market is that with such a large population and limited space, there's always a demand for real estate. But let's not forget that this comes with a price. The median price for a home in New York City at the time of this recording is $1 million. While the most expensive residence is a penthouse at Central Park Tower, which also happens to be the tallest residential tower in the US, this property is asking a whopping $250 million. That's not a typo, I said $250 million. However, don't let that scare you away from making a great investment in the city. With the right guidance and information, you can find the perfect place for your budget. New York City is made up of 5 boroughs: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, and Staten Island. While everyone has heard of Manhattan, it's important to note that each borough has its own unique neighborhoods that can greatly affect property value, types of property available, and tax implications. Properties in Manhattan may be more expensive, as much as 30% more than those in Brooklyn and Queens. But just as important when choosing a location are other factors such as accessibility, public transportation, and local amenities like grocery stores, shops, and restaurants. Financing is a crucial aspect that you need to consider. Unlike in other cities in the US, New York City homes are significantly higher and mostly include higher carrying costs like HOA dues and property taxes. Most investors won't even see a positive cash flow until they put at least 35% as a down payment. And this is just to break even. The great thing about the New York City market, though, is that you can build wealth very quickly, simply because the numbers you're working with are a lot higher than other markets in the country. I have seen a one-bedroom home priced at $500,000 10 years ago being sold today for $1.5 million. Factoring a 35% as a down payment, the buyer only had to put $175,000 down at the time of the sale and could potentially walk away with $1 million. This is obviously a simplification. It does not factor closing costs, capital gains, and other maintenance costs, but you get the idea. There are several financing options worth consideration, including traditional bank loans, hard money, private money, and crowdfunding. Be careful with each, as they have their own pros and cons, and you'll need to choose the one that best fits your needs. Always speak to a licensed professional before making any financial decisions. These are my own personal opinions, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. Typically, most condominiums will look for at least 10% as a down payment. However, most sellers within these buildings will look for at least 20% of the purchase price as a down payment. If you go with 10% only, many sellers and lenders won't consider your offer worthy. Buying a property in New York City also comes with high closing costs. This includes management tax, which is an additional transfer tax that increases as the purchase price increases. Expect to pay about 5 to 10% in closing costs in addition to the purchase price. Each type of property will affect whether it is favorable for renting. In New York City, you have many types of properties, from common types such as co-ops, condos, rental buildings, to specialty homes like SROs, Section 8s, and rent-stabilized apartments. Here are some of the most common types of properties to consider. Cooperative apartments or co-ops are a popular type of apartment in New York City. When you buy a co-op, you are buying shares in a corporation that owns the building. You'll typically need to be approved by the co-op board before you can buy or lease the unit. And there may be restrictions on renting the unit. They have higher down payment requirements, unreasonable buying and renting requirements, and because they require a board interview, they may turn down a qualified tenant that you have painstakingly acquired. Condominiums, or better known as condos, are a popular type of property in New York City and make up about 9% of total residential inventory. When you buy a condo, you own the unit outright, as well as a share of the common areas. Condos tend to be a more expensive option than co-ops, but they also offer more flexibility when it comes to renting out the unit. There are no restrictions on renting as long as you follow some basic guidelines set by the management company and the condo board. Townhouses are single-family homes that are typically located in urban areas. They can be a good option for buyers who want more space and privacy than an apartment or condo can offer. However, townhouses can also be a more expensive option than other types of properties, and you will be responsible for managing and repairing damages that happen to the building, such as capital improvements like a new roof or boiler replacement. Commercial properties such as office buildings and rental spaces are an option for investors who are looking to generate rental income from businesses. However, commercial properties can be a lot more expensive and complex to manage than other types of properties. You will likely need to hire a property manager and have more overhead costs and headaches. If this all sounds like too much, be sure to download my Ultimate Buyer's Guide that goes through the process of buying a property in New York City and what to consider. The link is down in the description. Buying a property in the city can be complicated, and there are a lot of people involved. Many times it is you, the seller, agents, lawyers, the bank, the bank's lawyer, the management company, the co-op and condo board, and the title closer. The good news is that because of these complexities, there are also a lot of laws and due diligence protecting buyers when purchasing in New York City. This leads to transparency in the process, but can also be expensive because of all the oversight. Here are some important legal factors to consider. Zoning laws regulate how a property can be used, and they can vary depending on the location of the property. Before investing in a property, it is important to understand the zoning laws in the area to ensure that the property is suitable for your intended use. If the property you want to acquire has recently been converted from commercial to residential, depending on the property, you may no longer be able to rent out the property to certain types of tenants. Building codes and permits are another legal consideration. All construction work in New York City must be in compliance with the building codes and regulations set forth by New York City Department of Buildings. It is important to understand the building codes and permits required to ensure that your project is sound and legal and can be completed without legal issues. If problems are discovered, this could delay renovations, costing you dearly. Property taxes are another important consideration when investing in real estate in New York City. Property taxes in New York City can be quite high, so it is important to understand how property taxes are assessed and what your potential tax liability will be. Finally, it is important to have all contracts and agreements related to the investment in writing and reviewed by a qualified local attorney that understands the local nuances that are specific to New York City. This includes purchase agreements, lease agreements, building rules, and any other legal documents related to the investment. Due diligence refers to the process of conducting thorough research and analysis of a property before making an offer to purchase. Here are some aspects of due diligence that you should consider. When buying a property in New York City, there are a lot of complexities associated with the type of asset. There may be local consideration, construction issues, and operational variances. It's important to review the purchase agreement and often like to fully understand what you are committing yourself to. Hire a qualified home inspector to evaluate the property's physical condition, including its structure, plumbing, electrical systems, heating, and cooling systems. You will want to run some financial projections to see how the cash flow will work. This includes analyzing the property's rental income, expenses, and taxes, as well as assessing the potential for appreciation in the future. Property management is a process of overseeing the day-to-day operations of a real estate property, including maintenance, rent collection, tenant screening, and lease agreements. You will save on the cost of a property manager if you are self-managed. If you buy a property in a full-service building with an on-site resident manager, handyman, doorman, etc., chances are they can assist you whenever issues arise, but shouldn't be as frequent since you're only responsible for whatever happens within the walls of the residence. Anything exterior is the building's responsibility. However, if you plan to manage the property yourself, you must be prepared to handle all the responsibilities, as well as any expected issues that may arise. If you do not have the time or expertise to manage the property yourself, hiring a property management company can be an excellent option, but it will eat into your profits. Most of my sophisticated investors have an exit strategy before they even begin looking at properties. This means having a plan for how you will sell or dispose of the property in the future. Here are some factors to consider when formulating an exit strategy. Are you looking for a short-term investment or long-term one? As a benchmark in New York City, the typical cash flow rate of return on a condo investment property is around 3%, which is low compared to other markets. But this is why most investors are looking for appreciation gains locally. New York City is one of the best markets for appreciation gains if you invest strategically. Keep an eye on the current market trends in New York City. This will give you a good idea of whether it's a good time to buy, hold, or sell your investment property. If you plan to sell the property, you'll want to make sure you can cover any outstanding debts or mortgages. If you plan to hold the property for a short period, you can find some specialty loans just for this purpose. This is particularly important when developing an exit strategy. If you plan to sell the property in the near future, you'll want to make sure it's in a good condition to get the best possible price. Finally, consider potential buyers when developing an exit strategy. Think about who might be interested in the property and what features or benefits would be most attractive to them. This will help you market the property effectively and maximize your returns. Congratulations for making it this far and are taking the first step towards becoming a successful real estate investor in New York City. But this is just the beginning. If you want to unlock the full potential of the New York City real estate market and discover the most effective investment strategies, be sure to check out our next video. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video from us. Thanks for watching.